What's up, boys? Week 4 in the books. Week 4. We have no more undefeated teams. Only defeated.
Only defeated?
Only defeated teams.
Or defeated
team. Yeah. Well, no. You know what? I'm going to start this off on a positive note, okay? I want to say congratulations to Luther. We missed last week's apologies. We missed last week's episode. Joe had some business in Baltimore he had to tend to, and it just didn't work out. We have a plan for next time if that happens.
Yep.
But congratulations to Justin Luther. We have a new all-time high point winner with 183.5 fucking points. Justin Luther. Well done. Well done. He that's fucking impressive. Man.
It was pretty impressive. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah. I think we're at the road to 200 right now.
The road to 200.
Yeah. I think that should be our goal. Let's the first person to get to 200 points in 1 week.
So it's like wide receivers, making their way to 2,000 yards a season.
Exactly. Well, we're getting there. We're gonna get there. Somebody's gonna have 4 guys pop off for 35 points each, and then you just need your kicker and defense and flex player and tight end to put up like 10, 15, which it can be done.
Hell, if you got the Dallas defense,
yeah,
you might just put up 35 points in itself.
Yeah, if you had the Dallas defense this year, you should have at least won one game, right? Right?
So much frustration.
God damn it, man. This sucks, dude. I am literally cursed. I've never been on this side of the fucking spectrum. Like, I've never been cursed like this before. I don't know what this is like. This is so fucking frustrating. Every move I make, it comes back to bite me in the fucking ass. I don't know what to do right now. I don't know if I should trade or if I should not trade. I feel like if I don't trade, then something's going to pass me by. I miss an opportunity. If I do trade, then whoever I trade away, it's going to fucking go off. It has been happening all season long, every fucking week. I can't win. I literally have no fucking wins.
You should go seek advice from Jay Luth, bro. Because if there's anybody that's maybe got the experience to, maybe go through a mini therapy session with you, it's probably Jay Luth, bro. It's kind of like basically like Wedding Crashers. You know how they go visit Will Ferrell because he's like the the expert of the Wedding Crashers, but now he's into funeral crashes. Maybe that's what Jay Luth, bro's doing right now.
He's crashing funerals?
Crashing funerals. Who knows?
Maybe I'm just in the wrong genre of fantasy.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. Actually, he's probably the other side of fantasy right now. We'll get into his name later, but
I feel like in Stranger Things you had the Upside Down world. Maybe I just need to go there. That's where Luther's been living and he's been thriving.
Or maybe you're in the Upside Down world right now, so everything seems like reality, but like terrible version of it.
It's everything, whatever it is, everything's fucking garbage, and I hate it.
Okay,
I hate it. I don't know what to do right now. I'm stuck. I really don't know how to I let out my frustrations in Discord and I kind of sort of apologized, but not really for it. It was a culmination of everything that happened fantasy wise over the weekend with the LSU and Saints game on as a cherry on top. It was that was probably the most frustrating weekend of football I've ever experienced in my entire life. I've never seen LSU play defense that poorly, and the Saints offense. Honestly, I think I might rather watch the Saints or the Steelers offense than the Saints offense.
Ooh, jeez.
I like it's just because the Saints or the Steelers. You're working with a young quarterback, so and you have a shit offensive coordinator. The Saints, we're expected to do well. Like, Pete Carmichael is supposed to be this offensive guru, and Derek Carr is supposed to take us to the goddamn promised land. We had Alvin Kamara back. We have Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed. Like, we're supposed to do well, and we're not. It's fucking frustrating.
Deep breaths. I'm going to need you to deep breath it right now.
Okay. All right, let's
go right into. I mean, this isn't going to help, but let's go right into the matchups.
No. We got to talk about the NFL games real quick. Lions versus Packers. Congratulations, Bobby. Suck it, Jerv. Jags versus Falcons. Suck it, Biggs. Ravens versus Browns. Suck it, Huff.
Yeah.
Okay. Texans versus Steelers. Suck it, basically half of our league. Cowboys versus Patriots. Suck it, Luke. And Saints versus Bucks. We sucked.
We sucked it.
We sucked it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Let's get to the matchups.
Did we really all lose except for Bobby?
Yeah.
We all lost.
Damn.
We all lost.
The
except for
NFL
Bobby.
sucks. You know what? The NFL sucks. I'm blaming the NFL on my shitty fantasy season, and honestly, this week kind of sucked. Last week was blowouts. Like, I don't know. It seems. It might be because I have a piss poor attitude towards everything right now, but it just seems like everything's kind of down, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to have to step in on this one.
And disagree?
Yeah, and disagree.
Okay.
We did have some good matchups. Maybe not a lot that went into, Monday night, but we had one go into Monday night and one go into Sunday night.
Yeah, mine went into Monday night. I don't want to... All right. You know what? Let's fucking talk about it. Fuck it.
Let's go.
Technologically declined versus Caleb Pressley. Yeah... I should have kept Godwin in. This was a lot of I should have done this, should have done that type thing.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done that. Zero credit to James' team. Zero credit at all. He did not win this. I lost it.
Well, the reality is if Lockett has one more catch, like if Giants put up any sort of fight against the Seahawks, you get maybe one more catch from Lockett and then you win this game.
Yeah. And I could go to the bench and say, oh, what if I put in Najee Harris over Connor? If I put in Chris Godwin over Jacoby Myers, like, I did it to myself. I let another fantastic Cowboys defensive performance slip away.
Yep.
But again, zero credit to James's team, although he didn't do terribly. Like, I mean, Stephon Diggs kind of like anchored his entire week, which I think moving forward, that's probably gonna continue.
Yeah, that's gonna be the rock solid foundation of his of his team.
Yeah.
Schultz coming around with C.J. Stroud. That's nice to see. Mm-hmm. Purdy, Mr. Consistent. He'll probably get you 20 plus each week, which will be nice. Algiers just not an RB2.
No.
Especially with Bijan Robinson, now he's fully cemented into that role. You hold on to Algier, just the possibility, maybe the workload. God forbid, I don't want to see Bijan Robinson get hurt.
It could be another Breece Hall incident from last year.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It is fantasy. The reality is you hold on to him in case.
Right. So I don't mind his team, and honestly, he would have beat half. I think he would have beat half of the teams in the league this week.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, kudos to James. No credit to you, but kudos. I don't know the difference. But, yeah.
Just not good at fantasy.
Here. I've changed my name. I've changed all of my players' names. I'm the rally cap. I'm rallying.
Okay.
This is my last-ditch attempt because I'm 0-4, and if I win out, I will definitely make the playoffs. Okay, if I lose again next week to you, I think the chances of me making the playoffs go down astronomically. Like it's like I actually kind of have a chance because I can probably either win out or lose maybe one or two games depending on how everyone else does because there's no undefeated teams anymore. Everyone's either 3-1 or below. Mm-hmm. So I could possibly I can still make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I'm it took me like 3 or 4 days, but I finally mentally turned it around. I think I let out my frustrations. I honestly, it was kind of therapeutic, and I'm focusing on the future now.
Yeah, no, I think a rebrand is good.
Yep.
It's nice for you. Let's say you needed something to change.
I had to do something.
I think it's a typical millennial move to rebrand yourself.
Yeah. Anyways, you got anything else on this?
That's about it.
All right, technologically decline loses to Caleb Pressley 112.74 to 114.12. Next one, You haven't seen crazy versus what Herberts the most. Yes, I know the names have changed since then. We will. Let's see. We'll bring them up next week, right?
Yeah, bring them up next week.
Yeah, we'll bring them up next week. This matchup, I'm not gonna lie, even though it was close, it kind of sucked.
Yeah, I mean, it came down to Sunday night.
Yeah.
I mean, Travis Kelce, the Swifties won Saturday night or Sunday Night Football. Won this matchup for him.
It's one. I guess I would dub it as an ugly win. It's a win still. It's a win. So you get a W, but it was an ugly win. That's what I'll consider this one as.
It was basically one of those, like, it was a close game, but it was a big defensive battle.
Yeah, and that's I guess it was just because of the disparity of points between the week before for Luther and this week. You put up 183.5 points last week, and then you only put up 77. That's why this one just kind of weirded me out a little bit. I didn't expect it, So I was like, this looks ugly, but that's just because I was comparing it to perfection.
Yeah, it doesn't help when any of your non-quarterbacks don't score a touchdown on either team. That was something that I noticed. Yeah,
that's a good observation.
Yeah, so basically, it was basically down to the quarterbacks for the most part. I mean, Herbert actually had 3 total touchdowns, 2 rushing, which was huge.
Huge. Wow, not a single fucking non-quarterback had a touchdown this week for either team. That's wild.
So, yeah,
not including bench.
Not including the bench, but all the starting lineup. So, yeah,
that makes... the only other person that had... the only other non-quarterback that had a touchdown was McLaughlin.
McLaughlin?
Yeah, that's how you say it. Okay. McLaughlin, yeah, that's it. He's the only one. The only non-quarterback that had a fucking touchdown between both of these teams. Bench and starters. That's wild.
Yeah.
Good observation there, bud. But yeah, it was just again, it was an ugly win. It was an average week for both of them. I know both teams are better than what they showed this week. It just weirded me out because of how many points Luther scored last week.
Yeah. Do you think the no defense was a strategy?
I don't know. I don't know if because there have been a lot of negative points scored by defenses these days.
Well, and the Bills are playing Miami, so if he didn't want to drop a guy and he didn't want to drop Bills defense, that was probably the strategy.
Okay, so because he was expecting Miami to put up like 48 plus points,
probably 70.
I don't know about against the Bills. The Bills aren't the Broncos. The Bills' defense needs a little bit of work. Like, they lost Tre'Davious White. They need a little help, but they're not the fucking Broncos.
Yeah, I know. That was a yoga stretch.
That was a yoga stretch. Yeah, no, he was playing Miami, who just put up 70 points, so you're expecting him to put up like 45, 48 points. So, yeah, that might not, I don't know. Hindsight, it's obviously not a good strategy, but he still won.
Yeah.
He won, so it worked.
Consolation for Chris. The running backs might be solid from here on out.
Yep. He's got really fucking good running backs. I like it.
Jonathan Taylor, Bijan Robinson, and then McLaughlin.
Yeah.
If he is takes over for Javonte.
Yeah, I think Chris is gonna be. He'll be fine for the rest of the year.
Except the wide receivers might be in a little trouble.
See, I think George Pickens is gonna turn it around. He's very, very fucking good. The Steelers just have to figure something out on offense, and they're a professional football team, so they can't suck this bad every single week for the rest of the season. I can't imagine the Steelers organization sucking this bad on offense every single week.
Well, Kenny Pickett's going to be out at least for this next game. So I don't know. I just the quarterback looks gloomy for I guess Pickens, but
yeah, Mike Evans being out sucks. Michael Pittman, I think once Anthony Richardson's back, but once he gets going, I think him and Pittman will have a connection. That, and he's got a whole fucking gaggle of running backs that he could just trade. He could trade somebody,
That's true.
That'll be all right. Hey, he put Greg Kittle on his, or George Kittle on his bench.
Very surprising.
I know. I'm shocked. I mean, it's the right move, but yeah, I'm not tooting my own horn or anything. Anyways, you got anything else on this?
That's about it.
All right, you haven't seen crazy, loses to what Herberts the most, 72-20 to 77.68. Team Kenny GTX, the luckiest goddamn team in the fucking league. Versus Skol is in session.
Okay, can we say, how is Ken the number one team? It's beginner's luck?
First of all, he's not the number one team. Sleeper just says he's the number one team because the only thing Sleeper can go by is math. I'm going to put out the midseason rankings. Ken is not number one.
That's right.
Ken is not number one.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's also hard to, not put a team that's number one that has McCaffrey and Josh Allen.
Well, they also combined for 90 points between just those two. Okay. I don't see... There's no way Christian McCaffrey is getting 4 touchdowns every week. Now, Josh Allen could possibly score 30-plus points every single week. Mm-hmm. That's a really good possibility. Let's see. Luke's team is fine. He needs to get rid of Javonte Williams. That should have been done a long time ago.
I don't understand the Puka Nacua strategy here.
Okay, I was gonna get to that.
What is he doing on the? What is he doing on the bench?
Did Luke think that Cooper was gonna be back?
Even if he is back, you at least play him one more game while Cooper's back. He's done enough to at least warrant a starting lineup, even in the flex.
Right.
Like on the bench.
I'm trying to think if he was trying to do some type of visionary shit here that just went very wrong.
Bench, please.
Bench, please.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't. And this isn't even a hindsight's 2020 thing.
No.
This is everyone knew that going in.
Yeah.
That's the new Breakfast Club. Matt Stafford has historically loved one guy.
One wide receiver.
Calvin Johnson, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua. He has historically loved just one right. You knew this was going to happen. This isn't hindsight. We knew it was going to happen.
If you're a Puka Nacua owner, you basically, yes, you are monitoring the whole Cooper Kupp situation. If he's out, he's a must start.
Yeah.
If he's in, I give it one game. Give it
flex.
One game, you at least put him in the flex. You at least see what happens.
Yes.
And then go from there. Cooper Kupp might actually have a good game the first game he comes back because he still might be recovering.
He just, needs to brush the dust off.
Yeah, needs to brush the dust off, needs to whatever. But
one thing that pisses... What?
On the bench.
On the bench, I know. One thing that pisses me off is Connor having Montgomery on the fucking bench. That sucks.
I don't understand that one either.
Me neither. Because he's especially after last week, he's the clear-cut number one guy. Jahmyr Gibbs is he's a solid backup, but he's a backup.
Yeah, there's so many memes about that. That should have been known. Yeah, I was this was basically this week. I had a tale of two things. There was a lot of bench points. Bench points, but some of them you had to eat. And I'll go over some of those as we go through it. But some of them, like this one and the Puka Nacua, on the bench.
On the
fucking bench. And David Montgomery. What are we doing?
Yeah. No.
I'm questioning us as a league.
No. Let's not go that far. That's a stretch because I'm just... This makes you just question things in general. I'm not saying the league is in question.
Yeah.
I'm not going there. I'm not going there because maybe we had an off week as a league. Okay. I'm just chalking that up to an off week. We're throwing out the tape.
Yeah.
But yeah, Luke, I don't mind his team. He's got Justin Jefferson's a solid. Whenever Olave puts up a goose egg, sucks. The Saints fucking blow, but Hawkinson won't put up 3.4 every week. He'll put up more than that for sure. So I don't know.
He'll be fine. Luke will be fine. It's just uncharacteristic. That's honestly, Mahomes was an uncharacteristic 15.
He also lost to the high point winner of the week. So
that was one of my notes. I was like, this was a good week to shit the bed.
Yeah, it was a good loss. Yeah. Honestly, I don't say that very often, but this for Luke, he could afford this. He was 3-0. I think it was you and him that were the only two 3-0 teams, right?
Well, no, Ken was too.
Well,
Or
no. It was just you and him. I'm pretty sure it was just you and him that were 3-0. Yeah.
No, yeah. That's what I have on my notes.
So yeah, it was you and him that were only 3-0. This was a good loss for Luke.
Yeah, it was a good loss.
I'll
good
say
loss.
It's a good loss. Good loss.
Yeah. I mean, if he would have played Jay Luthbro, he would have lost by like 0.4. That would have been heartbreaking. You know, to have that type of performance.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been a good loss.
That wouldn't have been a good loss.
No, because that would have sucked.
Or maybe like he would have had 139 points. That would have been a bad loss.
Yeah.
Because you score all of those points but don't get a win.
Yeah. So I think Luke can hang his hat on. This was a good loss.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
Yep. McCaffrey's going to carry McCaffrey.
Yeah.
This year. I had to get that one in there.
McCaffrey is going to carry McCaffrey. All right. That's.
Yeah. It was just it's the obvious.
Yeah, it was kind of staring us right in the face.
It was there for the taking.
Yeah, all right. I'm glad you took it.
Okay.
Good deal. Anyways, Team Kennedy GTX beats Skol in session 140.3 to 77.22. DK pick versus Jirvy Maud'Dib. I don't know how to say that.
Maud'Dib.
Maud'Dib.
Jirvy
Maud'Dib.
Is that what he's trying to say?
No, Jirvy Maud'Dib.
Maud'Dib. Maybe he's pissed off that we didn't have an episode last week, so he's just making a name that we can't pronounce.
Yeah. I don't know if that's true or not. I hope it's... Dude, Maud'Dib? He's just saying fuck them.
Maud'Dib.
Maud'Dib.
It's probably something he said when he was hammered, and then it's caught on.
I think he got really stoned and said it.
Oh, stoned. One of the two.
Yeah. That sounds like a stone thing.
But congrats on the first dub of the season.
Yeah, he did not start the season 0-4 like another person did.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Jerv. Good job. If you would have played me, you would have lost. Just throwing that out there. Again, this is frustration talking. I'm taking it out on you. I think Anthony Richardson, if he's healthy, that's a start.
That's another one. I don't think you eat the points on this one. I think that Richardson should have been the start.
No, because Kirk Cousins has been doing well.
He has been doing well.
Honestly, if in my opinion with this, I think it's a coin flip. I think either one of these were a coin flip this week. He should have flipped heads and it was tails.
Yeah, but I mean the thing is Carolina's 0-3, but at the same time it's at Carolina, and Carolina's actually not been bad against opposing QBs.
But also, you see his game log. He's had 31 points, 36 points, and 20.
I get that. I get that.
In the weeks before. So, again, this is a coin flip. And you never know with concussions these days with quarterbacks. So, I honestly kind of agree with the call.
Okay.
Doesn't matter because he won. Aaron Jones, what's going on with Aaron Jones?
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, there's a lot of things going on with the Packers, but...
Yeah. Oh, we shouldn't talk about the Packers with Jerv.
Oh, we can't?
No, we can.
Well,
the Packers suck. Sorry,
yeah.
Jerv. The Packers aren't good. Jordan Love's not good. I think if you haven't figured that out by now, I think you will eventually. I don't think Jordan Love's the guy. I don't think he's the guy. I don't think the Packers look very good right now.
No love. Huh.
And I'm not saying it's a large part in the fact that the Packers beat the Saints 2 weeks ago.
Well, that was bullshit.
It was fucking bullshit, and I might be taking out my frustrations on Jerv right now, which I'm not apologizing, but my bad, I guess. Yeah. Okay. All right. Never mind. Packers or whatever. I don't care. Anyways, moving on.
We're talking too much about Jerv.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. See, Biggs had a goose egg from Jordan Addison. Sucks. So
that's tough. That's tough.
It's tough. Yeah. I don't think that Biggs would have won if Jordan Addison actually scored like normal points. But it would have been closer, and it would have made the this one went to Monday night too, right? I think it went to because DK Metcalf and whatchamacallit, Jesus, where is he? Yeah, DK Metcalf I know played on Monday, and they played They played the Giants.
Yeah, but that's 10 points towards Biggs' way, or against Biggs. So like basically he had to try to catch back up. So if like DK would have had more points.
DK needed like 30 points or something like that.
Yeah, but you're saying if Addison put up
like, think of it, if they put up like 12 or 15 points, DK only needed 15 to 20 points.
Whatever he got.
Like, yeah, exactly. Well, not what he got, but he would have needed more. But like it would have just been a closer match. We're talking big hypotheticals here. Let's get to the actual matchup. Congratulations, Jirv. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to shit on the Packers there. I'm still a little upset about the game 2 weeks ago. But congratulations, Jirv. Silver lining for Biggs.
King Henry's back.
King Henry's all the way back.
The king has returned.
Yes, he looked like vintage Derrick Henry, and it was awesome.
Yep.
It was awesome. I think we had a little stiff arm. He was trucking people. He was running like normal King Henry runs. I think it just needed to be October. You needed the temperature to go down just like 10 degrees, and then boom, Derrick Henry.
Well, just like we talked about, it's like now that the temperature's getting colder, Derrick Henry hates the cold. And so now it makes him run harder.
Okay, yeah. See, we used to think that Derrick Henry likes the cold. No, I think it's the opposite. He hates the cold.
He hates the
cold, and so he runs harder so that the game finishes faster so that he can get out of the cold.
Yes.
Mostert will have a much better week moving forward. I think both of his running backs are fucking solid. DK Metcalf, like a Jordan... Adam Thielen's been low-key like a consistent wide receiver.
Yeah,
I kind of low key love it. Cole Kmet on his bench, he can't. You can't.
You eat those points.
Yes.
Eat those points. Nobody's had any trust in the passing offense for Chicago.
Yep.
Who was to know that for one half they were gonna just be dominant, and he was gonna put up those numbers. You maybe consider him moving forward, but I think if the matchup's good.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Those are edible points.
Yeah, those are
edibles.
Points. Edibles.
We'll call them edibles.
Those were edibles. Okay.
Cole Kmet's points were edibles. Okay. And here's the thing: Ferguson's a good tight end. Ferguson's a great tight end.
Oh, absolutely.
He's fine.
Yeah.
It was nice to see Mark Andrews perform. He
probably not for Biggs since he had just traded him away, which we'll get into that
and during the trades.
But
I'm talking like just from a overall fantasy standpoint. It's like Mark Andrews he's had okay games. I think he had one okay game, like the second week of the season, but this was a nice coming out party for Mark Andrews.
Yeah, for sure. He had 13 points in the first game, which is not bad.
Well, I think that was the second week. He was out the first week, right?
Or the second week. Yeah, you're right.
He was out the first week. But yeah, it was nice. He was coming out and it went against Biggs.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny.
It is a little funny.
It's kind of comical. Like, come on. Like, even if you're Biggs, you kind of have to laugh at it.
You gotta laugh a little bit.
Yeah. Unless you're in my situation where everything you do sucks, then yeah. No,
I don't know. Both you and him have been on quite a rant about hating fantasy.
Yeah, well,
lately.
Neither one of us are doing very well. So, I mean, like, I don't want to say like bitching is justified, but I mean, you can kind of see where we're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
You got anything else on this?
I think that's about it.
Let's see. I think Jirv moving forward has a nice QB problem. And last thing that Biggs can hang his hat on is even I totaled it up. His optimal lineup would not have beaten Jirv's lineup. So, something you can hang your hat on.
Hang your hat on that one.
Last thing I want to say is Jirv is the best 1-3 team, and I think he's better than 2 out of the 3 2-2 teams.
Ooh, okay.
I think Huff's the only better 2-2 team out there. And you can make a case for Huff being the best team in the league right now.
Previewing the power rankings, aren't you?
Yep. But, I mean, we still got a couple weeks for that. I'm just, that's just where my mind goes.
Okay.
That's where my mind goes. Anyways, let's see. DK Pics loses to Jirvy Maud'Dib. We'll have to figure that one out. 87.02 to 105.16. Next one, we got Detroit the Goat Lions versus the Reek Show. The Reek Show, they...
I like how Bobby's reveling in the Detroit Lions' success.
He should, as he should. This I have no problem with it.
No.
If I was in his shoes, I would do the same thing.
They've suffered for so long.
Yes.
It's about time.
Alex Huff's team's really fucking good. It's just like I think he like I alluded to in the last matchup recap. I think he might be like low key the best team in fantasy right now, in our league at least.
Yeah, it's I hate to say it. I don't understand how he gets Tyreek Hill and AJ Brown.
Well, okay, he gets AJ Brown because you got to take away that 34 points from AJ Brown. AJ Brown hadn't done shit for the first 3 weeks of the season. Okay, do not look at AJ Brown as a 34-point guy every single week, okay?
He got 11 points for week 1, 17 points week 2. I mean, what more are you asking for?
Well, I needed running backs, okay? I needed running backs. He's not a 34-point receiver every week. This is it's false advertisement. It does look fucking insane that he has Tyreek Hill and AJ Brown in the same fucking lineup.
It looks really good. I mean, you got Jalen Hurts, Jacobs, Kyron Williams, and AJ Brown that just all balled out. So like on paper for this game does look really good. I mean, Josh Jacobs.
No, on paper in general right now, he those 4 guys, Jacobs, Williams, Hill, and Brown, those can make up an entire fantasy team in and of themselves.
Yeah. No, it's definitely
fuck you, Huff.
It's definitely got some good points, good sides of it.
I'm sorry, Huff. I didn't mean to tell you to shut the fuck up in the group chat. I was just really fucking pissed. I was in my feels. I was definitely in my feels. Like I was cursing fantasy gods. I was like talking about quitting. I would never quit mid-season, but I was talking about like not doing it next year and like how I'm just throwing away money and it was bad. So I apologize for telling you shut the fuck up in the group chat, but
you had a mid fantasy career crisis.
Yes, I did.
A mid fantasy career crisis. Like
and this is not a thing I can go buy a Corvette and make me feel better type of thing. Like no, I can't do that.
You can't just buy yourself I mean, you did buy yourself a Hunter Henry. I mean,
fuck off. I grossly overpaid for it too.
Hey, you got to do what makes you happy sometimes, you know?
Well, Hunter Henry's not it. Anyways, I guess don't ever start Pat Freiermuth. We told everybody that like a billion times already.
Actually, you could say that for both of these tight ends. Like, why start?
We said it for both of them. Like, don't start either one of these people. They're it's fake. They're not good at fantasy. Like they might be good at blocking or whatever the fuck you want to say. Like and Darren Waller. These are all just fake.
Mm-hmm.
They're not real.
Yep.
Dude, this is another Bobby has another nice quarterback problem.
Yeah. Looks promising right now.
I think C.J. Stroud needs to be the guy going forward. I think Justin Fields just had a lucky game.
Well, I think Justin Fields needs to be the matchup, and C.J. Stroud needs to be the consistent one.
Yep.
Because Texans are playing really good. We talked about that yesterday in our podcast. So C.J. Stroud, if he kind of continues on this. He's got himself a nice, good little connections with Nico Collins. Also, really with Tank Dell. I mean, Tank Dell had a great game last week.
Taco Dell.
So you got to really like that. I agree. I think it's.
And here's the thing that Bobby can hang his hat on. All of his guys, like non-quarterback guys, got large numbers of carries and targets, okay? I'm pretty sure there was not a single receiver that got less than 5 targets. There might have been one. Not a single receiver got less than 5 targets. His 2 starting running backs both got 18 carries and 20 carries. And even Gus Edwards on his bench got 15 carries. Like I think his team,
the volume is there.
Yes, the volume is there. So I think he can hang his head on that. And as much, I think he kind of had a down weekend while still scoring 114 points.
Yeah.
Like the fact that was an average weekend for Bobby is a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can do much better, and I think he will do much better.
Much better.
Yeah. But yeah, that was my silver lining for Bobby this weekend. Yeah, Huff, you got the team to beat right now. I really do. I think he has the team to beat.
Yeah, no, he's good. Running backs are going to be really good moving forward. I think the tight end is the only weak spot he's got on that team. If he can kind of fix that, if he's got some people that he can kind of trade around to get that fixed, I think he'd be really good moving forward.
Yeah. Again, I still think the tight ends are really top heavy. I think you got your top 3 or 4 tight ends and then everybody else. So unless you get one of those 3 or 4 guys, who cares? Who really cares? You just play the matchups almost.
Yep.
Anyways, you got anything else on this one?
Yeah, I guess the silver lining for Bobby, good production, not exceptional, not an exceptional performance. So I think you hold till.
Hold. All right, Detroit, the GOAT Lions loses to the Reek Show 114.3 to 136.86. All right, last excuse me. Last but not least, Pollard Greens versus Bulletin Board. Joe, you get your first loss. There are no more undefeated teams. It's time to let go of Joe Burrow. I know you love him. I love him too. It's time to at least maybe not drop him, but
yeah, I
know you traded for him, and I know the reason you did it, but like whoever has Joe Burrow, it's time to put him on the bench.
Yeah, I know. I thought this was maybe going to be the turnaround week, if there was going to be a turnaround week. Tennessee had been giving up quite a bit of points, but the reality is that he's just that injury's just nagging him too much.
Right. Yeah.
It's just it really is. There's no way to really put it other than that. So yeah, while he does have good potential, it's not going to be there right now.
Are we going to talk about edible or?
Oh, definitely.
Okay. All right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
This one was a big one.
This is a huge one.
This one's a big one. Both teams on this one.
Yes. All right. You start.
So basically, A-Chain on the bench.
Why? That's not. Those aren't edibles.
On the bench?
No, you do. Yeah, those aren't edibles at all.
Like bench, please.
Fuck, dude.
Like 25 points. No, he just had himself a 49 burger. So he just inserted himself into the lineup, which we should know that Mike Daniels comes from San Fran, which San Fran always does rotation of running backs. There's going to be a rotation of running backs, and especially if you can prove yourself, you will get more carries. That's going to be Devon A-Chain. Like, I don't understand. Like, that should have been a play.
I don't know what Matt Wilson, but I would have started him over Antoine Mattinson any day. Yeah. And this isn't even hindsight. This is if you would have asked me that last week before the weekend, I would have told you 10 out of 10 times A-Chain.
Yeah.
All day.
I mean, Mattinson at least did do a decent performance, but at the same time, yeah, no.
No, granted, I wouldn't have started him over Pollard or Cook.
Yeah.
I might have started him over Cook, but I definitely wouldn't have started him over Pollard. But man, and then he had Moore on the bench, which those are edible. Those are edible points.
DJ Moore's edible. That's
Yep.
That's basically what we were talking about with Justin Fields. It's one of those things. The passing game was non-existent the entire time. So
Yep.
you just got to eat those.
Yeah. Now, as far as you're concerned, I don't think you should have. I think those are all edible points. Russell Wilson on the bench, Gabe Davis, and Khalil Herbert.
Yeah, I tried to. I mean, Chicago would have been a good matchup for quarterbacks with Russell Wilson, and I should have known. The one bright spot for Broncos is that the offense is doing a little bit better with Sean Payton.
Yeah,
should have probably saw that a little bit, but at the same time, I would have been kicking myself if I started that and I saw it at halftime. I would have been just totally kicking myself. So
yeah. You saved yourself some stress there.
Exactly.
Some first half stress.
Yes.
This is I always love bringing this up, but Matt Wilson won with a goose egg. Well done. And I love Nico Collins. Love Nico Collins.
Yeah, I was gonna. That's actually what I said. This was of Nico Collins versus Tank Dell, and Nico Collins got the best of me on that one.
He did. Now don't get me wrong. I think Tank Dell has a great future in Houston this year. But yeah, he
got the best of me this week.
Got the best of you. Dude, honestly, man, I don't have a problem with your team. I think like if you put your optimal lineup in there. I know this is kind of loser talk. But if you put your optimal lineup in there, I think you beat most of the teams in the league.
Oh yeah, so definitely.
I like you have that to hang your hat on. Matt just had a really decent week. Like again, he won with the goose egg. Anytime you win with the goose egg, your kicker puts up 14 points. You know it's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
This is a solid win for Matt. Solid win. I don't know why you still have Cam Akers on your team. But other than that, don't fucking bench A-Chain.
Don't bench him.
Don't bench him. You have to start him until he proves to you that he can't play.
Yeah.
That's it.
I agree.
Yeah. Anyways, you got anything else?
That's it.
Pollard Greens beats Bulletin Board 124.84 to 87.1. Let's get to the trades. We had a couple. We'll do the trades from both weeks because we missed last week, unfortunately. Well, let's just go ahead and start off with my overpay. Actually, I don't even consider this a trade. I consider it an overpay.
Okay.
$200 for Hunter Henry.
Josh in his mid fantasy career crisis.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think this was terrible, except for the fact that Zach Ertz was dropped like an hour after, which a guy that I could have gotten who has what the most he before this weekend had the most targets of any tight end, I think, and
probably, I mean, he had 10 targets this week.
He probably still has the most targets of any fucking tight end, and I could have got him for fucking free. But I spent $200.
You would have had to get him for $12.
Oh yeah, okay.
You had to get him.
So yeah, exactly. That's a gross overpay.
Yeah.
I'm not even considering that a trade. That's an overpay.
I guess if you're looking at it from that perspective, but
it's an overpay.
I mean, I'll have to give you the benefit of the doubt because tight ends are hard to come by. So being able to buy a tight end actually wasn't a bad. That's not a bad play.
No, I agree. And when you consider somebody paid $813 for Jameson Williams, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. All right, so yeah, $200 for Hunter Henry. Let's do an actual fucking trade. So there was a trade. Biggs gets Raheem Mostert, and Jerv gets Mark Andrews. Obviously, hindsight's 2020 on this one. Jerv crushed it.
Yeah. Hindsight 2020. The only thing I would say on this one is I would have probably liked to see Biggs get a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe not. Let's put it this way. Maybe he give up maybe a little bit of a smaller player, and Mark Andrews, and get a role player maybe with some potential and Mostert. I think that would have probably been the play.
Well. Again, this goes back to the disparity between the top 3 or 4 tight ends and then everyone else in the league. Andrews is more valuable than Mostert. But I'm just going to throw that I'm putting that out there. I really do think Andrews for Mostert straight up is I think Jerv won the trade.
Well, if you're Biggs, you have to do that because you got to get a running back.
I understand he needed a running back, but I'm just talking about from a value standpoint. I think Mark Andrews is more valuable than Mostert.
Yeah, and that's why I said you need to get more collateral. Yeah. Even if you do have to give up another player, I think you got to get more in return.
Again, I don't mind this trade for Biggs because it was a need that he had.
Yeah. Yes.
But I think Jerv won this trade, and I'm not it's obviously hindsight's 2020, but. I probably would have said this last week.
Yeah, I think if you get more involved in the trade, maybe even get another team involved. Who knows? I think he could have maybe got on top with this trade, but I'm gonna have to say Jerv won this one as well.
Yep. Let's see. Luke gets Garrett Wilson and 100 FAAB dollars, and Matt gets Antoine Mattinson. Shit. Like, if you would, like, at the beginning of the season, if this trade had happened, Luke would have trade raped Matt all day.
Mm-hmm.
I love Garrett Wilson. I can't trust the Jets right now unless they trade for Kirk Cousins. Like, this could be a long-term, like, just steal for Luke. If the Jets can find any type of quarterback, Garrett Wilson will do absolutely amazing.
Well, Zach didn't actually do too bad this game, so a little bit of a hindsight.
Well, no, that's because he thought Taylor Swift was a MILF.
Yeah, and he knew all the girls were watching.
Right, yeah. So that's not Zach Wilson.
Okay.
That's not Zach Wilson.
But,
we know what Zach Wilson is.
Garrett Wilson still is getting good targets.
Yes.
He's still getting good volume, so, like, he will still be a play. And like you said, if Zach Wilson can kind of turn some things around in the passing game, it turns out to be really good. Mattinson, while he did have a good week this week, I think the overall stock is low because Cam Akers is in town, and Cam Akers also played with Kevin McConnell whenever they were when he was the offense coordinator at the Rams.
Yeah, but I just don't. I think Cam Akers is bad. I don't think Cam Akers is a good NFL running back.
But he's still gonna steal carries and snaps.
Yeah, but Antoine Mattinson's gonna be the number one guy though. So that's what Matt can hang his hat on.
Yeah, at least, yeah. He will still be the number one guy.
He'll be the number one guy. I say Luke wins this trade. I think even if you take the $100 FAAB dollars away, I still think Matt or Luke wins this.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go Luke as well. Why do you keep calling him Antoine Mattinson, though? His name's Alexander.
Oh, okay. Was there somebody else that named Antoine Mattinson?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I've ever seen another Mattinson.
Alexander? Okay. All right. Well, Alex Mattinson. Anyways, now you got me all distracted. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Garrett Wilson. Even without the FAAB dollars, I think Luke wins this. Moving on.
Okay.
Do you got anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. So this very, very recent
Trade. Riley Patterson for Graham Gano. I did it for the vibe.
For the vibe.
I did it for the vibe. Yeah. Luther had a really, really good
let's see, what are we calling it? He had a really good rebrand,
and I wanted to complete the rebrand. What?
Complete the rebrand?
Yeah.
Oh, Riley.
Riley. He needed Riley to complete the rebrand.
It's
a fucking kicker.
That's collusion.
Calm down.
That's collusion.
It's a goddamn kicker.
Collusion.
I was gonna drop Riley Patterson anyways.
Goodness gracious, collusion.
No, I wanted.
So you got a kicker that got -2 points in the first week. From a terrible offense, Graham Gano.
No, I dropped him. I got Carlson. I was gonna drop Riley Patterson for Carlson anyways.
Yeah, okay. Being a wing, bro.
Yeah, I did it for the vibe.
For the vibe. Anyways,
you got anything else on that?
That's it.
All right, let's get to overpaid, underpaid. This is my favorite one for sure.
By far.
This is the best,
the most grossly overpaid player of all time in our fantasy league.
Jameson Williams.
For $813.
He just mortgaged his fantasy house on this.
I know. And okay, this is kind of why I suggested in the group chat a new system for FAAB. So just so that things like this doesn't happen. You know,
what do you mean?
What?
I feel like Chris made a very conscious choice to put $813 down.
Right, but it doesn't cost him anything, like out of pocket.
It cost him for the rest of the year.
Well, he can trade for more money, but
hey, tell him to trade me. I got $1,000. I'll give him something for.
I understand that, but
a quarterback.
Did you see what I suggested in the group chat?
Well, as far as the real money, I think we talked about that as well.
Yeah.
Before, or at least I've heard it before. It's a cool concept. I like it. You know,
Right.
It there's a different strategy to it.
Right, but I just feel like it would
Help with people like grossly overpaying for wide receivers. Like, and don't get me wrong, Jameson Williams is a great fucking wide receiver. Not worth the $813.
No, I know exactly what happened. He saw that report of the rumors that, he might get traded to the Panthers to go back to his old teammate Bryce Young, and Chris just took off and ran with it.
Right.
Just absolutely ran with it. I would say about 813 steps.
Yep. Exactly 813 steps. Those were dashes, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, grossly overpaid. Not
a single person bid on him.
No. Nope. Not even close.
That's
I don't
my
even think
favorite.
anybody considered him.
No, that's my favorite part though.
It's just,
Yeah. Anyways, so next one, Michael Wilson, our dad.
Our dad.
Our dad's name is Michael Wilson. Jay Luthbro, $69.
Wait. Can we go back to Jameson Williams real quick?
What? Okay, what?
So I'm looking at the transaction history here. So he was drafted by Jay Luthbro, dropped by Jay Luthbro, basically the same day he got drafted. Picked up by Chris Nairboss on September 2nd, dropped by Chris Nairboss on September 5th, and then picked up for $813. Man alive, this guy doesn't know what he wants to do. Unbelievable.
Honestly, that's why I kind of love having Chris in the league, though. It's for those things.
But yeah, shit, we haven't seen crazy.
No, you haven't seen crazy.
All right, we'll go to Michael Wilson.
It gets better and better, actually.
Yeah, Michael Wilson.
Fuck it.
I kind of like it. I like Michael Wilson.
I think he's up and coming. He's obviously he's a rookie. He's a young guy. The Cardinals don't look as incompetent as I thought they would.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to throw that. I'm just going to say that, and that's it. I'm not going to say anything good about them. I'm not going to say anything bad about them. They just don't look as incompetent as I thought they would.
I think that's a huge win for Arizona, though.
Yes, that's massive win.
Giant win.
It's a loss if you were banking on them tanking for Caleb Williams, though.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
But I like
it at 69. I like it at 69. It's a great number.
Yeah, it's not bad. I would say definitely underpaid. He looks like he is basically going to be the guy. Rondale Moore looks like he's out of it. He kind of was more the fit of Cliff Kingsbury's offense anyways. So now they're probably wanting to favor more of the bigger receivers, the type of offense that they're running now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it's a good push.
Yep. Lions defense for $13.
Market says that's an underpay.
A big underpay.
Market says that's an underpay. I love it.
The Detroit Lions, actually, their schedule is very favorable for defense in the next couple of games.
Love it. Alex Huff gets Zach Ertz for $11. Congratulations, Huff.
You just got so much fucking better than your team, and you already have, in my opinion, the best fucking team,
and you just got better. So
yeah, I think the inflated market really showed that like tight ends could go up to like $200 a piece. But yeah, so he got a steal on this one.
Fuck off. You can kindly fuck off. All right, so the Dolphins $4. Jerv betting against himself yet again.
Yet again.
He did it last week too.
This man stacks waiver wire.
Dude, he loves Jerv lives for the waiver wire. He just loves this fucking shit. Like, he doesn't even care about the matchup. He just can't wait for Tuesday so he can just throw 17 waiver picks in there.
Yep.
Let's see. Anyways, Dolphins defense, I don't mind it. I think I don't think it's an overpay. I don't think it's an underpay.
I think it's a good pay.
Giants, Carolina, and then he's got Philly and New England. Not a bad 4 game stretch.
Nope. All right, let's go through these quick. I don't know who this is. Ronnie Rivers. Who's that?
That's probably just a handcuff for.
Yep. Okay, handcuff. I love it. That's fine. Joe, you got I picked up Riley Patterson and dropped Gay, which I have since traded away. And then Luke got the Commanders.
Because yet again,
Jirv
decides he's. Does he have just like does his finger just start tapping the phone whenever the waiver wire comes up?
he gets so excited.
He gets like I don't know. He's like he's like a dog that catches. That goes after a squirrel. It's so excited to catch, but once he catches the squirrel, he doesn't know what to fucking do with it. So his finger just starts tapping the phone.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say that dog that was playing with the iPad or the phone, and he's playing the star game, and you have to like hit the star whenever it comes onto the screen, and the dog just comes in.
Yeah. Or he's like the pig from Toy Story, where he's just tapping the remote, just changing the channels.
Yeah.
This is Jirv on the waiver wire right here. Jirv just obsessed with the waiver wire. Loves the fucking waiver wire.
I will say the Washington Commanders probably not a bad pickup. Chicago, Atlanta,
I agree.
Giants, Philly, and New England all coming up.
And the Commanders' defensive line has actually been playing really well.
And they got Chase Young back.
Yep. Love it. Okay. Anything else on overpaid, underpaid?
I think that's about it.
All right, let's get to our projections real quick and for next week, and then
Let's get going. All right, Rally Cat versus Taco Dell. Yeah, you're gonna win.
I got myself on this one.
Yep. That's a safe bet. You haven't seen Crazy versus Skol is in session. Right now, as it's looking, Luke has a bye on his flex and no defense. So
And he's still projected.
to win.
And he's
Not a great look for Chris.
Yeah, I don't understand the Jameson Williams start, but I guess he's got to justify that $813 somehow.
It's like when the Cowboys grossly overpaid for Zeke Elliott.
Yep.
And it wasn't like they couldn't use him.
They had to use him.
They had to. So this is what Chris is doing.
Give me Luke on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Luke on this one too. Let's see.
Because he still has Puka Nakua on his bench.
Good Lord, Luke. Jesus. All right, Team Kenny GTX versus Riley Reed Tuasum. I'm going with Riley Reed Tuasum just because of the rebrand.
The rebrand.
I'm
Okay.
rebrand for rebrand, baby.
Rebrand
Love
for
it.
rebrand.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with the champ. I'm gonna say he's still number one. Give me him until he proves me otherwise.
Who?
Kenny.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to bet against McCaffrey. When McCaffrey starts McCaffrey.
Yeah.
And then McCaffrey loves McCaffrey.
Yeah, and McCaffrey will carry McCaffrey.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. McCaffrey's shoulders will be sore from carrying McCaffrey.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'm glad we got that. Next one: DK Pics versus the Reek Show. Biggs, I'm sorry, bud, but I'm going with. Again, I think he's the best team in the league. I really do think he's the best team in the league. The Alex Huff has the best team in the league right now.
Why does that sound like deja vu?
It does. It really does. I feel like I'm vaulted back to last year saying the same goddamn thing. Mm-hmm. He's just really good at fantasy.
Yep.
Yeah. This is gonna be a whomping by Huff, unfortunately for Biggs.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Huff.
I don't see it, man. He's got Metcalf on a bye kind of sucks.
Even the defense looks like a good matchup against the Giants.
Yeah. So, all right. Reek Show for sure. All right. Detroit the Goat Lions versus Jirvy Maud'Dib. Maud'Dib.
That might be Maud'Dib.
Maud'Dib. Jirvy Maud'Dib. Anyways, let's see this. I think this might be the game of the week for me.
You think so? Yeah, this one looks pretty. Looks like it could be close.
I think it's gonna be Jirv though. I think yeah. I would probably start CJ Stroud against Atlanta if I was Bobby, because like we said earlier, Washington has a decent defense, especially the defensive line. Zach Moss might not be a bad start because I don't think Jonathan Taylor is going to be starting this weekend.
I don't think he's starting this weekend either.
So I think Zach Moss is still going to get the carries.
Yeah.
Definitely put him in over Gus Edwards because I let the Pittsburgh defense, say what you will about the team, defensive line steps up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Jirvy Boy this week. What you think?
Give me Bobby.
Bobby. All right. Well, Matt Wilson versus James. He decided to put 2 chains in.
He did put 2 chains in.
It's about fucking time. Good for you. He started DJ Moore over Nico Collins. Terrible idea. And I don't know. I think if James keeps, James has a running back problem.
Yeah, he's got a running back problem, big
Okay.
time.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Matt Wilson.
Needs J.K. Dobbins to come back.
Yep.
If he is coming back. But yeah, I gotta go. I'm gonna have to go Matt Wilson.
Me too. Yep. Cool. All right. Well, that wraps up the predictions, and we will see y'all next week. Love y'all.
Later.